Hey viewers and friends, Andrew back again and welcome to another video. And today I am back with another top 10 list, and today's list is going to be my top 10 horror anthologies. I'm a big fan of anthologies. I think they are a lot of fun, so yeah, I've compiled my top 10. So we're just going to get straight into it, and as per usual with these top 10 lists of mine, I'm going to start at number 10 and work my way down to number 1. And sitting at number 10, to start the list off, we have Creepshow 2. I actually prefer this over the original Creepshow, which is probably going to be a bit of a surprise to some of you, but yeah, I just prefer this one overall. My favourite segment is definitely the raft, when the teenagers are in the lake. That's an awesome segment. So number 10 is Creepshow 2. Number 9 is From a Whisper to a Scream with Vincent Price. When it comes to anthologies, this one I kind of feel is underrated because it often never really gets talked about. I think this is absolutely fantastic. It's quite nasty compared to a lot of other anthologies out there, and yeah, really enjoy this one a lot. So number 9 is From a Whisper to a Scream. Sitting at number 8 is an all-time classic, and that is Tales from the Crypt. This one has a fantastic wraparound story setting where the bunch of characters are trapped in the tomb. I really love the setting. My favourite story or segment is definitely the last one with the army major who's trapped in the wall of nails. Really well done, but yeah, this is a classic, so number 8 is Tales from the Crypt. Number 7 goes to a fairly recent entry into the genre, and that is VHS. I thought this was absolutely awesome, really well done. The wraparound story isn't the greatest, but it was kind of neat, and yeah, this one has some absolutely fantastic stories, so highly recommend VHS, and that sits at number 7. And number 6 goes to VHS 2, the sequel to VHS. I think this one is slightly better. It had a slightly better wraparound story, and I felt that the short stories or the segments within the anthology were slightly better done. There's less segments in this one than the first one, and I just feel that they were of higher sort of production value and extremely well done. So this one doesn't blow the first one out of the water, it comes very close, but it is slightly better. So number 6 goes to VHS 2, and if you're into anthologies and you haven't checked these movies out yet, both this one and the first one, I highly recommend both of them. No idea if they're making a third one, but I really hope so. But anyway, VHS 2 is awesome, and it sits at number 6. Sitting at number 5 goes to The Monster Club with Vincent Price and Donald Pleasence. This is a new addition to my list, but immediately it's within the top 5. I watched this for the first time the other day and absolutely loved it. This has to have one of the awesomest wraparound stories in any anthology I've ever come across. Vincent Price is the storyteller or narrator in this one. He's also a vampire, which is fucking awesome. And the wraparound story, or the setting for the story, is set in this monster club with awesome music, and it's just such a cool club. 3 short stories on this one, and the first one wasn't that great in my opinion, but I loved the second 2. The vampire one was awesome, but the one with the ghoul village was definitely my favourite. But this is absolutely fantastic, and this is another one that I don't really hear get mentioned too much, but I highly recommend it. So number 5 goes to The Monster Club. Number 4 goes to Twilight Zone the movie. This is a sci-fi themed horror anthology, and it's extremely well done. Steven Spielberg and Joe Dante have a couple of segments in this one. My 2 favourites are KKK, I believe it is, with the army soldier who he travels back in time. He's really racist, and he basically gets his own medicine. That's an awesome short. And the other one I really like is with the boy who has sort of mind control powers over his family. But yeah, Twilight Zone the movie, excellent anthology, and that sits at number 4. Number 3 we have the Willys. This is awesome. It's got 2 longer stories in this one, and they're both really well done. Has a pretty fun and neat wraparound story about 2 brothers and their cousin who are camping out in the backyard, and they're basically telling the stories to each other. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Another one that is kind of popular, but I don't really hear too many people mention it too often, so if you've never seen this one, I highly recommend it. As I said, it only has 2 short stories in this one, but both are absolutely fantastic. So number 3 goes to the Willys. Number 2 goes to Tales from the Darkside. Absolutely awesome anthology. This one has 3 short segments on it. My favourite one is probably the gargoyle story or segment. I think it's pretty awesome. This one also has a really neat little wraparound story about a boy who's trapped in like a cellar, and the woman wants to cook him, and he's basically telling the stories. Yeah, this one is fantastic. I know this one is pretty popular within the anthology genre, and for good reason. So Tales from the Darkside sits at number 2. And what else could be my number 1 pick other than this amazing movie, Trick or Treat? Probably no surprise to any fan of the anthology genre that this sits at number 1 for me. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah, if you're a fan of Halloween themed movies and you've never seen this one, which probably most of you have seen it, but if not, what the hell are you doing? Go out right now and pick it up. Honestly, it is just absolutely incredible. Really solid segments in this one, and the wraparound story is really, really well done. All the stories basically mesh into one. It's set entirely on Halloween night. The sort of central character to the film, I guess, is Sam. They're on the cover, but yeah, this is really well done. It's got the best Halloween atmosphere out of any horror movie that I have ever seen, and they are making a sequel, which I am really, really excited for. So yep, Trick or Treat. What else could be my number 1 spot? So yeah, number 1, Trick or Treat. Alright guys, so that does it for another top 10 list, my top 10 horror anthologies. If you're a fan of the genre, definitely let me know what your top 10 picks are. Also let me know what you think of my picks in the comments section below. If you have any other recommendations of some other horror anthologies that you think I'd like, also leave your recommendations in the comment section. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and thanks a lot for watching.